What's going on, guys? Messi here and welcome to a brand new video. Welcome to a FIFA Generations video today. What we're looking at in particular is going to a league winner, and that team is Manchester City. So a couple of days ago now, over the weekend, West Brom actually got a win over City's massive rivals United to hand City the title. And if what I've read is correct, it's their 5th overall English title and their 3rd overall Premier League title. But just before we start going through the players, as always, if you enjoyed the video, show your support by leaving a like rating. That'd be absolutely awesome and greatly appreciated. If you're new to my channel, make sure to press the subscribe button for more and press the notifications tab next to it to receive an alert every single time I upload a video. If you missed my previous video, it's down below in the description box and the comment section below. It's a question that's popped up a hell of a lot about this Manchester City team. Are they the best Premier League side of all time? Let me know down below in the comments. So the way I'm going to do this is by choosing the formation they've played the most this season, and then filling out each individual position based on minutes played. So some players obviously play a little bit, they'll be on the bench reserves. Their starting 11 is their main starting 11 throughout the whole season. And City and Pep do like to use different formations. In fact, so far this season, they played a 3-1-4-2, they played a 4-1-4-1, 4-3-3 with a DM, they played a 4-2-3-1, a 3-5-2, and a couple of others. But the formation they have used the most is the 4-1-4-1, obviously 4 at the back, a DM in there, a flat midfield, and a solo striker. And let's start with the goalkeeper. They signed him back in the summer for a record fee, still in fact the world's most expensive goalkeeper at this point in time. As Edison, they signed him from Benfica, and he's on course for another team in the season. He did go on last year on FIFA 17 there for Benfica again, and this year has got a once to watch card and a 2 informs, and last year also got a email and match card there again for Benfica. But his first ever FUT item I think was back on FIFA 16, actually right there as a silver, 72 rated. I will check FIFA 15 very quickly just to see if it was his first ever FUT card. Yeah, FIFA 16 definitely was. So that's one going into the team right now. As you can see right there. So he goes into the goalkeeper spot. The right back, also a very popular player on FIFA Ultimate Team, as going to Kyle Walker. So there's his FIFA 16 cards. And if we go to all right now, he has had some very good ones, including that team season last year. I actually got that untradeable. And that one right there, the right back ones to watch, and also a centre back in form. And he also had a team season right there for Tottenham back on FIFA 12. We got ourselves a World Cup card. Hopefully that World Cup mode comes up pretty soon on FIFA 18 Ultimate Team. Inform from FIFA 12 as well. A special, I think, Euro card there for England. But his first ever card was actually back all the way back on FIFA 10. So the very start, playing for Sheffield United. I'm not sure why it wasn't popping up, but there he is, 68 rated, still a bit of pace about him, not a great card, but he's on loan from Tottenham at the time. Our first centre back is going to another Englishman this time. It is going to John Stones, obviously a £50 million signing back in 2016 or 2015 from Everton, and has had a fair few special cards here, and they're actually only 3. Ones to watch last year, we had an inform from FIFA 14 there, and a team of the group stage from this year. But his first ever FUT card, you can see it right there, is a non-rare right back for Barnsley in the Championship, maybe even League 1 back then. Then he got an upgrade when he joined Everton. But that's card right there, non-rare bronze, 64 pace, that's our first centre back. Now recently he hasn't been a starter for City, but basically the minutes he picked up at the very start of the season is still more than Vincent Kompany now. His partner is going to Nicholas Otamendi, who's had a fantastic season and will probably get a team of the season card, or should get a team of the season card in just a couple of weeks' time. He's only had one team of the season in his FIFA history, in fact, back on FIFA 15 and playing for Valencia there. A very good card, actually used him a fair amount, 95 defending and 92 physical. This year has got 2 informs there, 87, 86, and his base is now an 85. The one we're looking for though is back on FIFA 12, I believe it is. As you can see there, playing for Porto, 79 rated, and his stats weren't that good. The left back is a bit of a surprising one because the player hasn't really played left back throughout his whole career, apart from the season under Pep, and the reason he's playing there is because their £50 million left back Mendy got injured at the very start of the season, and he filled in a lot, being Fabian Delph. They've had a fair amount of players playing that position. They've had Danilo, they've had Zinchenko, Fabian Delph. Mendy played the very first part of the season, but again picked up an injury. But Fabian Delph is the man we're going with, and I remember his other one of these man of match cards. He was pretty much extinct back on FIFA 15. And a fair few of you may even remember these cards here on FIFA 12 at Leeds and also Aston Villa. And then also on FIFA 14, he's one of the best silver centre mids in the game. But his first card was back on FIFA 10 there, a pretty well-rounded card, 75 rated for Villa. But again, the most iconic ones for him, definitely these two. And now we're going to go into the CDM role then. It's a player, again, I think deserves a team of the season this year, being Fernandinho, the Brazilian. He hasn't been on too many FIFA jewelry. I think his first ever FUT card was there, in fact, back on FIFA 14. And here's another Fernandinho who was fantastic back on FIFA, to be fair. His most iconic one probably was I can't remember that one too much, but it probably was that like 75 rated striker there. And by the way, it's not the man we're looking at. We're looking at a centre mid for Man City. His only club ever on FIFA, because when he played on FIFA 13 or FIFA 14 or whatever, he's playing for Shakhtar in Ukraine, who weren't on the game. And now we're going to move over to the right midfielder. That's going to be Raheem Sterling, who this season scored a lot of goals for City, like 21 in the league so far, and a fair amount overall in all competitions. Although he has still missed a fair amount of chances, so he could potentially be like pushing 30 goals this season. But that's something where he can improve. And throughout the years, has had a fair amount of special cards, including team of the season back on FIFA 14 there for Liverpool. He made the £50 million move to Man City, and has now got a Premier League winners medal. I can't remember ever seeing that FIFA 16 cam inform card, but either way, it looked pretty decent. But the one I remember last year, FIFA 17, the very first ever player map we got, SBC wise, is that one right there, 84 rated. I used him for about 400 or 500 games last year. But they weren't his first ever FIFA cards, because if you go back to page 2 now, I actually can see a couple of silver cards here and there, a World Cup card as well. But we're looking at FIFA 13, 69 rated left wing, then he got an upgrade to a 74. But the 69 rated was his first ever FUT card, so it's going straight into the team there at right midfield, and so far, it's looking pretty interesting. And now we've got a player that's definitely up for contention for the Premier League Player of the Year this year, being Kevin De Bruyne, and over the years, has had some unreal cards on FIFA Ultimate Team, including a Team of the Year this year, 96 rated there, a 95 TOTS from last year, 94 SBC from the Premier League, a Footies card, but my most iconic version of him probably was his TOTS of Wolfsburg back on FIFA 15. But saying that on FIFA 16, like stats wise, his best card was probably, definitely that 95 inform. For some reason no picture there, but I can't remember ever using or seeing that card. He had one more pace as Team of the Year this year, same shooting, one more passing, one more dribbling, 2 less defending, and 3 more physical. So that would have been an absolute beast. But we're looking at those, his very first FUT card, probably 2 pages away. He's had so many cards throughout years, a few man matches scattered about, an inform from FIFA 12 playing for Genk, I think it is. But what we're looking for is on this page right here, FIFA 10 bronze. He had 67 pace, 60 shot, 56 passing, 64 dribbling and 56 heading, and he was a centre forward. He's going into our team. This was just before he joined Chelsea. And then we've got a Manchester City legend who will have a team of the season card this year, or definitely should do, being David Silva. He's been in the game since FIFA 10, also will be his first ever FUT card, and this year has had a fair amount of special cards as well. But we're going on to page 2 for his first ever FUT card, being right there, left midfield for Valencia with 85 pace back then, compared to like 60 odd now. And the left midfielder is going to be a young player of the year this year, in my opinion, being Leroy Sane, the German international. He's a fantastic player. He's so good to watch. Like his burst of pace, he's so confident taking a man on as well. And this season has definitely found his shooting boost, scoring a lot of goals, getting a lot of assists on top of that. And for me, that's why I think he deserves Player of the Year, or Young Player of the Year, sorry. And his highest rated card so far this year, aside from a team of the season, which will be coming up soon, is his Player of the Month card back from October, I think it was, or September. 87 rated right there, has got an informed left wing there, a left midfield path to glory, a Footies winner from last year, an upgrade there, 84, a team of season card from FIFA 16, which was in fact a tournament card. Like, you won it via a tournament, which was pretty damn sick. He wasn't fantastic, but he had a bit of pace about him, and his first ever Man City card was right there, 75 rated. But his first ever FUT card was there, bronze, cam, and was 60 rated for Schalke. And the striker you probably could have guessed it already is Sergio Aguero, who at this point in time is actually out now for the rest of the season after having surgery, unfortunately, but one of the best strikers the Prem has ever seen. His goal to game ratio, his goal to minute ratio, is unreal. And it's safe to say he's had a lot of special cards throughout years, in fact, so many informed cards, a team of the season pretty much every single year as well, but has never got into the official Premier League team of the season. Like, obviously he's been in EA's ones because he's been on the bench and stuff, but overall starting 11, never been the official Prem one, and potentially this year on FIFA 18 could have his highest ever rated card, because already have a 94 Player of the Month, and his highest ever was a 95 back on FIFA 16. And the one I remember the most is probably back on FIFA 12, the team of the season there, 91 rated. He's pretty much untouchable in game. Page 3 though, we've got more informed cards and base cards there, even a couple informed for Atletico Madrid, got a Hero, a World Cup card. Then we got to page number 3, show us first ever one, 85 rated on FIFA 10. So there is Man City's main starting 11 so far this season, based on minutes played per position and stuff, and it's pretty cool to see how some players are going from bronzes up to team of season cards this year. And now we're going to go through the bench reserves pretty quickly. The very first one, City's backup goalkeeper, being Claudio Bravo, the former Barca goalkeeper, Chilean national team goalkeeper, and formerly Real Sociedad on top of that. Has had a couple of special cards for City throughout the years, despite not having a great spell for them. Although the 87 card I'm pretty sure was for the national team as well. A team season card back on FIFA 15 for Barca, but his first one, FIFA 10, or FIFA 11 should I say, for Sociedad. And now we have the man that's going to be lifting the Premier League trophy this weekend for City, being their captain of Vincent Kompany. He would be in the start 11, but just like the last few years, has had a lot of injury trouble this season, and John Stones has played a little bit more than him. But he has been with Man City now for a long time, and just like Aguero, just like David Silva, he's definitely a club legend for them now. And he is a great captain. He's so damn passionate about it. Like, for example, look at his goals against Manchester United about like 5 years ago, and just a couple weeks ago. The passion, he loves it. But his first ever card was back on FIFA 10, and that is going to be right there. So he had an inform again, the 87 with 85 pace, but he still had 82 pace in his base. And now in January, signing for City being Laporte, the Frenchman they bought from Bilbao. At 84 rated so far this year, also has a once to watch card, but his first ever FUT card was FIFA 14 there, 72 rated with 54 pace. And now his summer signing from last year, Ben Danilo, he bought from Real Madrid, and this year has played right back. I think played centre back a couple of times here and there, and also filled in a left back because of Mendy's injury. And he's had some decent card start years, like 3 informs, 2 for Porto, in fact 3 for Porto, none for Real Madrid. But his first FUT card was back on FIFA 12 as a centre mid for Santos in Liga do Brazil. Next up, we've got the former Borussia Dortmund man being Ilkay Gundogan, and a pretty similar situation to Vincent Kompany. The fact he's a great player and has played his part so far this season, but also does have injury problems. And his highest ever FUT card was last year in FIFA 17, a team in the knockout stage or team in the group stage there for City, 87 rated. This year has gone 86. In fact, one of them is a man of the match card. 86 last year, 85 footies, but his first ever FUT card was a bronze. Back in the day on FIFA 10 at 64 rated left mid for I think Nuremberg. And now another summer signing, this time from Monaco, being Bernardo Silva, the Portuguese playmaker, and hasn't been on FIFA for many years to be honest. In fact, his first ever FUT card was there I think, as a 79 rated right mid. And the final player on the bench is going to be Man City's Brazilian wonder kid, the striker, Gabriel Jesus, who this year has had a couple of injury problems here and there, but hopefully for him will be starting the World Cup this summer, and has had a couple special cards so far, a Footies winner on FIFA 17, a Path to Glory so far, an inform card, and also a FIFA 18 upgrade. But his first FUT card, it wasn't a 78 right there, it was the 82 ones to watch. Now technically it was also a 78, but it boosted up to match this card right here, the inform card, which I'm pretty certain came out like a week after the ones to watch. So technically it was 78 rated, so that could be the first ever card as a ones to watch, but that was his first ever one if you get what I mean. The first player of the reserves is going to be Mangala, who a lot of people forgot played for City, but this season was playing for them at the very start when Vincent Kompany, John Stones got injured. But in the January transfer window, he made a switch away from City on loan to Everton, where I think he also picked up an injury. By the way, his first FUT card was there, 68 rated for Standard Liège in the Belgian Pro League, and that was his first one. Next to him is going to be Zinchenko, whose base position is a cam on FIFA, has been on FIFA 17 and FIFA 18. Last year, was still owned by City, but on loan to PSV in the Eredivisie. But next year on FIFA 19, he'd probably be a left back. City's £50 million left back from Monaco being Benjamin Mendy, and the whole hashtag Shark Team and stuff. Unfortunately for him, at the very start of the season, he picked up a horrendous injury and kept him out for pretty much the whole thing. Again, Fabian Delph did fill in, as well as Zinchenko and also Danilo. He had a team season last year, 86 rated, although it wasn't very good in game to be honest. But his first card was there, 65 rated for Marseille, back on FIFA 14. The second to last player is a pretty iconic player for City, especially in the 13-14 season, being Yaya Toure. And over the years has had some fantastic cards on FIFA, including a 92 team this season, again the 13-14 season, a 91 inform card which was unreal, a 97 physical, every stat in the 90 club in fact apart from pace, a footies, a team this season again, a FUT birthday special card this year, a man of the match, so many good ones. But his first ever FUT card was back on FIFA 10, obviously, where is it? Is it on the next page or first page? I've lost him. Okay, I found him. He was on FIFA 10, but for some reason, he wasn't called Yaya Toure, just Toure. But Kolo is there. 86 rated for City, an absolute animal. But there's his first FUT card, 80 DM for Barca. And that was just before making the move to Manchester. And the final player is a Man City wonder kid right now, being Foden, who was part of the World Cup winning squad in the summer for England's youth team. And this season so far, played like 300 minutes in the Prem. I imagine between now and the end, he'll definitely get more minutes now they've clinched the title. So there we have it, Man City's Premier League winning team from 17-18 season this year in FUT history, from their very first card up to now, and again a 4-1-4-1 formation. There's a starting 11, scroll down a little bit, and there is the bench and reserves. But that's going to be it for this video, guys. So as always, if you enjoyed it, show your support by leaving a like rating. That'd be absolutely awesome and greatly appreciated. And in fact, I may do this as well for PSG, obviously winning Ligue 1 over the weekend, Bayern Munich from last weekend, or 2 weeks ago now, and potentially like Barca and other leagues. If you're new to my channel and like what you've seen, make sure to press the subscribe button for more and press the notifications tab next to it to receive an alert every single time I upload a video. If you missed my previous video, down below in the description box and the comment section below. Is this Man City team the best ever Prem team? Again, let me know down below. So thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you next time.